You've reached the Emerald City Church. How may I help you? Oh, is that you, Kevin? I didn't think you'd be there already, so I was just going to leave a message with the press. It sounds like Final Fantasy IX music. Goodness. Oh, hey Rufina. Yeah, I got here late this morning. How about you? When do you think you'll be getting here? I don't remember Rufina's voice. I'm going to be a little late, I'm afraid. There's been an accident or something, so the train's been delayed. I probably won't be getting there until this evening now. Gotcha. I'll wait here till you arrive. It's like Final Fantasy IX and Final Fantasy VII put together. It's so pretty. Oh my god. Also, welcome back. I think Rias and the kids would get all bent out of shape if I showed up without you. Oh please, I'm sure you're just exaggerating. Although, speaking of Rias, I hope you've been thinking about how you're going to cheer her up. Haha, I've got it all planned out. I've been stocking up on souvenirs from every mission I've been going on. Should be enough to snap her out of her funk. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. Girls her age are more complex than you think. Yeah? I guess she's not really a kid anymore now that she's 13, but still. Actually, that's about how old you were when we first met, right? Now that you mention it, it was. How time flies. Rufina was 13 when they met? Really? God, this is a sound. Sorry, it looks like the train's about ready to leave. I'm gonna have to go. I'll see you later then, alright? If you get bored of waiting, you're welcome to go on home ahead of me, of course. Got it. See you later. That was a horrible sound. Man, how time flies is right. Have I really not been home in 2 years? I guess that makes 9 since I met Rufina. Hope Rias isn't too grumpy when we finally get there. Kevin! What is it, Father? Has something bad happened? Well, I've just received word that someone spotted a group of men dressed in all black at the edge of town. What's worse is they were supposedly heading for the mountain path. You don't think... If they were, Astor House must be their target, I fear. Do you have any idea what could be going on? I wish I did. I doubt it's anything to do with the Growlither, at least. I think I should go and check it out just in case. Please do. Oh, do you know when Rufin is going to be arriving, by the way? This evening, by the sound of it. She said her train's been delayed. When she arrives, can you let her know what happened? Damn it, Jaegers? Seems like there's anywhere between 5 and 10 of them. But what could they want with a gospel facility to begin with? What is this voice I gave him? The longer they're allowed to be in there, the more danger the kids are in. I'm gonna have to try and handle this alone. It's time to put my combat skills to good use. Okay. The end. Ah, what a beautiful story. Chapter 6. The Guardian's Trials. I thought they said trails. Guardian? Okay. Celeste? Wasn't that the name we saw in those data crystals? I vaguely remember that being a thing. You're gonna have to refresh my memory. That's right, according to those, she was the de facto leader of the group of ancients who sealed away the audio. Thank you, Joshua. That's right. Ah, yes. She was also the founder of Liberal's current royal family. I'm glad to see the information I left behind ended up proving useful to someone. It really did. So then, you're really the founder of Liberal's royal family? Not technically. I'm not the real Celeste Aliceless. Think of me as something of a shadow. Or a partial copy her personality created in order to influence Fantasma from within. How can you only be a partial copy? The truth behind you is apparently more complicated than we thought. You don't appear to be a spirit of some kind, though. I see that now. That is correct. Before I try to explain just what I am, I should probably tell you more about what the world we are in is first. You can do that? This should be interesting. Oh, hello. As you are aware, the land in which you stand is called Fantasma. This is a world belonging to a higher plane of existence created several thousands of years ago by the Owlie. Its purpose was to act as a subsystem for the Owlie in order to incorporate and process the will of the Liberarch's populace. Sure. One might call it a self-organized world designed to realize countless possible others as necessary. So, because in the Liberarch, wasn't everybody just in a dream? It was like some kind of, not euphoria. Well, yes, but no, that's not the word I'm looking for. What is the word of the place? You know, there's like the philosophical or mythological place that's just perfect in every way. What the hell is that called? Oh my god. It's not euphoria, but it's something like that. Oh, I'm going insane. Anyway, wasn't it one of those? And everybody just kind of like lived out their dreams or something? Okay. So this was that, I guess. Oh, yes, explain it for us. Good, yes. Pardon? You've lost me. Yeah, isn't there a simpler way to explain this? Oh, thank God. Okay, it's not just me. Thank you. Well, while not technically correct, perhaps you could think of it this way. Fantasma is like a fictitious realm created by the Owlie in order to fulfill humanity's every wish and desire. That's better. What exactly qualifies Fantasma as fictitious? I can't help but think it far too real to be a land of pure fantasy. When I say a fictitious world, I don't mean to suggest that Fantasma is a complete lie. It's more like a shadow graph or a kaleidoscope. It has its own laws and can change to reflect countless different possibilities. Does this make the concept any easier for you to understand? Somewhat, yes. And suddenly the name Fantasma seems that much more appropriate. As I stated previously, it was a subsystem of the Owlie rather than being the Owlie itself, and it helped to grant people's desires. They were separate entities, but effectively like two sides of the same coin. The relationship caught our eye as we were devising the stealing mechanism. You mean the mechanism used to steal away the Owlie? That was also in those data crystals left behind. Exactly. How does Chloe remember this? At first we thought our plan would be impossible to execute. After all, the Owlie had absolute control over space itself and was able to influence mankind's every action. Even after coming upon the idea of temporarily freezing it and imprisoning it with a gravity barrier, we had no way to implement our plans. Without that, they were simply ideas with no real meaning. We were effectively at a total loss. You had discovered your foe's weakness, but had no way to take advantage of it. That must have been quite the frustration predicament. Indeed. And yet our perseverance rewarded us with the development of something that could take advantage of that weakness, the Recluse Cube. The what now? Is that what this is known as then? Is that what this is known as then? Yes. That is the only object in existence able to interact with Fantasma without relying on the Owlie as an intermediary. Celeste used that to create a partial copy of her personality. That is me, inside Fantasma. And once inside, I began working to sabotage Fantasma's functionality by using this garden as my base of operations. As a result of my efforts, the Owlie's processing ability was hindered, just long enough for the plan to be executed. He who catches his foe off guard wins the battle. The same principle applies to martial arts, too. It sounds like you really put a lot of thought into planning everything. Maybe, but I can't deny that luck played a part in the end. Once the Owlie was sealed away, my work was done, and I fell into a deep sleep here. My reason being that if the Owlie were ever unsealed, I might be able to provide assistance to the people of that time. I'm pleased you've been able to handle it just fine without my help, however. Luck's played a huge part for us too, though. We're not even sure where the Owlie is now. As far as we're aware, it disappeared during all that happened at the Liberarch. I thought as much. I was able to confirm the Owlie's disappearance from here within Fantasma too. When I did, I thought my purpose for existing was finally over, and that all that was left for me in this land was to embrace a slow and peaceful destruction. But that was not to be. Soon, the Lord of Fantasma appeared. Ah, so that's when it happened. Quite a recent development, I see. What was that voice? Whatever. The Lord of Fantasma appeared out of nowhere, stealing all of my power before I was even aware what happened. After doing so, they began to remake Fantasma in accordance with their own designs. Both this world's current structure and the planes that make it up were all the Lord of Fantasma's creations. Looks like your theory was correct, then. Still, that makes it sound like... Yeah. So, you don't know who that masked bastard is either, then? I'm afraid not. Their every action thus far has been a mystery. Ordinarily, they should not have been able to gain access to this world in the first place, and I'm afraid I have no idea what they are trying to achieve by bringing all of you in here and testing you. Well, that's a shame. Yeah, that's the part we want to know most of all. I only wish I could be of more help. The only other thing I can say about them is that I suspect the Lord of Fantasma is currently in the 7th plane. There's a 7th? That was my thoughts just now. What makes you think that? That was the first plane they created after appearing in this world. Just what kind of a place that plane is, I don't know. But I can sense dark, inhuman thoughts from there, and they're spreading out across the whole of Fantasma. That doesn't sound good. Then we'll be seeing them after the next one, won't we? Yeah, we'd just finished the 5th when we came back here. Presuming they're waiting for us on the 7th, the time to fight them head-on may not be that far off. I was getting tired of waiting. I just gave him Zene's voice, but sure. As was I. It seems the end may finally be in sight. Now, if only we had some sort of inkling as to what the Lord of Fantasma is trying to achieve. Actually, I just might. Ah, it's him, isn't it? Oh, it's Kevin! Never mind, it's Kevin. Kevin? You're up! It's good to see you again, Father. You too. Wasn't expecting you of all people to get an invitation here. Or you, for that matter, little lady. I'm sure you weren't. I got something I want to ask you, but I suppose they can wait until later. Haha, for sure. Okay, I guess that's a dialogue thing to look at. Are you sure you're feeling alright? Right as rain, I'm feeling just great. All that sleep must have done me a lot of good. And I see you guys made a whole lot of progress while I was out cold, too. Yeah. Hey, I'm Kevin Graham. Or maybe I don't need to introduce myself since you seem to know a thing or two about everyone who's come in here so far. True, I was able to tell what was happening at the Liberarch from the garden. As much as I don't like Kevin, I do like voicing him. He's fun to voice. And out of all the people here, you were the one closest to the truth of what is happening here. Am I wrong? What? No, I don't think you are. I can't pretend to be much of an expert on what Fantasma itself is, but I've got a pretty good idea as to who's responsible for all this. I can only think of one person twisted enough to put us through all we've been through. Wait, is this someone you know? You could say that, yeah. The short version is, they're a real piece of work. A cunning, arrogant, cold-hearted son of a bitch who doesn't even see people as people. That about sums up who we're dealing with. What is it, Alba? Isn't he dead? Sounds like a real awful guy. And who, may I ask, is it that you're talking about? Well, about that. Would you be willing to wait just a bit longer for the answer to that one? I'm pretty sure I'm right, but I'm still missing one last thing that'll let me be completely certain. And I think we'll find out just what that is in the 6th plane. And here I thought we were finally going to get an answer. Is there a reason you can't share your theory as is? Yeah, I realize I'm asking a lot after we've come so far, though I promise that as soon as I know for sure I'll talk. I swear on the goddess's name and on the church's emblem. Well, I don't see any reason to say no. Likewise, he's clearly got his reasons. It's not often you ask us for favors, so I can let it slide. No problem here. If he says wait, I'll wait. I feel as though we can trust your judgment, Kevin, so I have no objections either. But me neither. I don't really care as long as I get to have my fun. I believe we're all in agreement then. Yep, consider this one settled. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Anyway, now that we've all said that, and it took 10 years, now that I'm up, I'm also down to take lead again, and I appreciate it if you back me up. No problem. Seems like you're all ready to move on. While you're advancing through the 6th plane, I'll do all that I can on my end to find out more about the 7th. Of course, if you need my support, I'll be happy to provide it through the cube and the monuments, as I always have. Now that you mention it, we haven't really thanked you for all the help you've given us since we got here, have we? Thanks, Celeste. We couldn't have done this without you. Why did I give him a kid's voice for a second? Oh, do any voices? You truly are in your debt. Please, think nothing of it. I am but a shadow placed here with a duty to fulfill. I believe helping you to take part of that duty. If I may, allow me to help you however I can. Will do. Sorry for worrying you too, Rias, but I'm just fine now. So please, just leave everything to me. I'm begging you. Only if you promise me one thing. What is it? I won't make you promise not to put yourself in danger or to overdo it, but don't do anything that would make Rufina sad. Oh, you really know how to hit a guy where it hurts, don't you? So, will you promise? Yeah, I promise. I swear on her name I won't. Good. My goodness, do we have to have Kevin again? But I was just getting used to Nun Lady. Fine. Well, okay. Estelle, Joshua, wait. Oh, no, we do have everyone. It's just that because Kevin was asleep, I couldn't choose him. Oh, I see. I see. And my favorite. Please. Olivier. Yay, we did it. Oh, hello. I myself am but a shadow bound by the laws of Fantasma. As such, I'm afraid I'm limited in what I can do. But I'll be sure to do all I can to support you in your efforts. Alright. Let's save the game. Oh my goodness. This episode is really short, but I'm gonna stop it here. I have to go bring in the washing, because it's getting dark. So I'll see you next time. Let's play Trails of Third Blind. Bye-bye.